see more cut lads than me.
That's nice.
I told Daddy, I says, I'm not missing this. I says,
Class of 2005, we finally did it. Yes, I finally did it. I was recognized for something other than being Kirk's sister. Yes, my brother is a starting right tackle for Ohio State, and I do not control ticket distribution. And no, I do not have tickets for the Texas game. With that out of the way, let us view the wider scope that all of us, the class of 2005, finally did it. High school is over. Congratulations. Where do we go from here? Hopefully we all have some form of a plan, whether it be a 4-year college, a 40-year employment, or a 400-year stint of staying at your parents, watching MTV, eating chocolate chip cookie dough straight from the package. With any luck, the former, but the only person who has the final say in that is you. Never fear mistakes or failure. I would love to say that we can conquer the world and achieve our dreams, but I'd rather not waste my breath. Yes, we will fail, fall flat on our faces, and get shot down like a recreational single-engine plane over the Washington, D.C. no-fly zone. But the greatest glory never comes from falling, but from rising each time you fall. Perseverance will light you through the dark when sheer accomplishments and gifts burn out. We can conquer the world and achieve our dreams if we persist in what we truly want. Here's another concept. What is it you sincerely want? You get to choose your battles. Always evaluate if they are worth fighting. When I was about 7 years old, my dad had each member of the family write a priorities list. Literally, write a list to look at. My wobbly, smeared composition read something like 1, God, or God with a backwards D. 2, health. 3, family. 4, friends. And 5, my super cruising Barbie yacht. I would venture to say my priorities have changed since then. The Barbie yacht has definitely moved to the top of my list. In all seriousness, evaluate what you want, what truly makes you happy. It is probably not a diploma, a sports championship, or a sports car. If it is, you have to reprioritize. I cannot stand here and lecture and pretend there's absolute truth in what I say. But I do know this, because I have done it many times this year as Kellen and I fell in and out of this very position. What will you remember in a year? 5 years? 20 years? Not valedictorian, not an awesome party, a car, a notebook of compounds for organic chemistry. From graduation, you will remember looking at people you loved from school and may never see again. Remember friends at the party making memories with you. Sitting on your car's hood eating ice cream. And the best friend you threw the organic chemistry notebook at when it was graded. How did any of what we learned in high school help prepare us for the real world? All that is learned throughout high school is relative as to how it is to be applied to life. And I do not mean apply the fundamental theorem of calculus to your car's engine failure. Use resourcefulness, multitask, prioritize, maintain a sense of self, because integrity is not relative. Have as much fun as possible in the process. These years are typically cited as the best years of our lives, which clearly is yet to be determined. My last plea comes from one of my favorite passages from a small book by Bradley Trevor Reeves called The Meaning of Life. Place your hand over your chest and feel your heartbeat. That is actually your life clock ticking, counting down the moments you have left. One day it will stop. That is 100% guaranteed, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So you can't afford to throw away a precious second. Go after your dreams with energy and passion. Congratulations, class of 2005. We finally did it.
Once upon a time, I volunteered at a daycare. And at that daycare, I gained new perspective on how we must have behaved as children. Never before had I realized that kids make up their own rules to board games. Who would have ever thought there was another way of playing chutes and ladders? Never before had I realized how attention-craving we must have been. Running, jumping, screaming, and clinging onto my legs, these children just begged for attention. And never before had I realized how possessive we must have been. Of our toys, of our friends, and of anything we didn't feel like sharing. But it was not always that way. It seems only natural now that we sometimes put others ahead of ourselves. But if I remember correctly, it took a few temper tantrums and some tears before my kindergarten classmates and I were willing to share our teddy bears and our crayons with each other. Now, though, we have learned selflessness. In sports, we are taught to take one for the team or hold the rope. We have learned selflessness through community service, where we are taught to put others' needs before our own. Whether you have learned the lesson of selflessness consciously, I am sure that at one time or another, all of you have put one person before you. When you look back on your high school experience, you will never forget that late night you spent talking to a friend on the phone to get them through that difficult time. You will never forget that night you spent in a hospital to make sure a friend or family member was healthy. You will never forget those people whose lives you have touched. And in return, you will never forget those people who have touched your life. I challenge you. Name the last 5 valedictorians. Name last year's Federal League Players of the Year. Now name all the national speech and debate qualifiers from the last 3 years. How'd you do? Now try this. Name 3 teachers who have helped you in your journey throughout high school. Name your closest friends who have helped you through a difficult time. And name 2 people who have taught you something worthwhile. Was this easier? As Charles Schulz wrote, none of us remember the headliners of yesterday. The applause dies, awards tarnish, achievements are forgotten, accolades and certificates are buried with their owners. And that is not in any way to minimize the award or effort taken by the student or athlete to achieve it. As I myself know, it's no easy path to becoming valedictorian. These athletes and scholars and competitors are the best of their field, but they will at some point be forgotten. The people who make a difference in your life are not the ones with the most credentials, the most awards, or the most money. They are the ones who care. Look around you for a second. There are people in this room you may never see again. There are friends with whom you may lose touch. There are your parents who will be farther away in the next 4 years than they have probably ever been during your life. This room, this ceremony, this moment in our lives is bound by friendships and family. We have laughed together, cried together, and learned from each other's mistakes. We will go off to start a life of our own now, maybe minutes away from home, hours away, states away, or countries away. We will form new friendships and break old bonds. We will take with us the most pertinent lessons and forget the rest. Graduating seniors, I challenge you to be that friend, that mentor, that sibling who helps another through a troubling time. I challenge you to never forget that lesson of selflessness that you learned in kindergarten, on the field, or in the classroom. Life is not about awards. It is not about that shiny new sports car. Just as it was when you were in kindergarten, life is not about who has the most Legos, the newest toys, or the prettiest colored crayons. Life is about passion and compassion, giving and sharing. It is about forming relationships with those around you. Life is about learning, teaching, asking for help, lending a hand, and experiencing new things. Take chances, make mistakes, reflect and learn. Make new friends, but do not forget the old. And tighten those bonds with your parents, which may have been stressed as a result of those rebellious teenage years. Friends, family, and teachers, thank you all for the words of encouragement, the pats on the back, and the notes under our windshield wipers that keep us going. For you are the teachers of those valuable life lessons. Graduating seniors, congratulations. Congratulations on having grown so much since those kindergarten years. Congratulations on having given it your all on the field so that your team may have a chance at the championship. Congratulations on having learned that the most rewarding moments in life are those moments when you lend a hand to someone in need, help a friend, or participate in your community. Best wishes, graduating seniors.
In the words of Eugene F. Ware, all glory comes from daring to begin. All glory comes from daring to begin. Graduating seniors, before we can gain ownership of our well-earned diplomas, we must first take a brief peek into our futures as we dare to begin an exciting new stage of our lives. Naturally, in the years ahead, we can expect to encounter peaks and valleys. Unfortunately, there are no smooth paths to success. We must commend those who are able to brush away discouragement and continue their journeys toward a specific goal. These individuals are pioneers, risk takers, leaders. Imagine what our lives would be like if our predecessors had not taken risks or stepped into leadership roles. It's almost frightening to think of a world that exists without cable television, computers, everything microwavable, and of course, what would we do without our trusty cell phones? We should admire the risk takers who made these inventions a reality. However, before we can take risks, we must have a vision. Secretary of State Colin Powell created a list titled 13 Rules to Live By. One of the rules emphasizes the importance of having that vision. We all have our strengths, but the question remains, what will we do with these strengths? We must use our God-given talents to our advantage, and surely our vision and purpose will fall into place. Yet another rule on Colin Powell's list encourages a positive attitude, as it simply states, it can be done. We mustn't hesitate to step into the roles that we are given. We should embrace these roles, whether we lead or follow, with passion, and have faith in our goals, in others, and most importantly, ourselves. Should we choose to lead, and we all have that potential to be leaders, remember that leadership is multidimensional. In fact, most of us will step in and out of various leadership roles throughout the rest of our lives. In high school, most of our leaders were the honor students, the team captains, or the heads of all the organizations. However, as we age, many of us will step into less obvious and more humbling leadership positions. Someday, we will guide and inspire our children as we step into the most rewarding role of all as mothers and fathers. But every day, we must be leaders by example. We should be men and women of honor, integrity, grace under pressure, character, courage, and commitment. These are the characteristics that define a true leader, and they can be found in all human beings with various lifestyles, not just the CEOs of large corporations. It's worth mentioning that each of us possess the qualities of honor, of courage, of integrity and commitment, Therefore, we will choose a path that grants us the privilege of being leaders. However, we will certainly experience moments where it may seem necessary for us to try on the shoes of a follower. It is in these moments that we will turn to our best judgment to choose a leader worth following. True leaders speak their minds and stay true to their morals and values. True leaders maintain their vision under all circumstances, even when their beliefs are being challenged. A true leader does not fear rejection and is truthful, because as A.M. Rosenthal believes, when something important is going on, silence is a lie. Class of 2005, I encourage you to embark on your new stage of life with an urge to have a vision, to take risks, and to exercise the potential to lead that lies within all of us. Learn to motivate, to inspire others, and to be inspired. And remember that all glory comes from daring to begin.
Brent Lee Ann Stutz. Ashley Elizabeth Anderson. Christy Joy Anderson. Jeremy James Andreski. Brandon Thomas Barkheimer. Charles Jonathan Barnett. Cassandra Bridget Barton, National Honor Society, valedictorian. Jessica Lovey Battle. Ashley Nicole Baumgardner.